Take today to be grateful for where you are, not where you could be or where you should be, just where you are in your spot in your life. We often take a lot of time to rush the process and rush the journey, but once you're able to really lock in and see how many blessings you have just for being within the moment, that's when a lot of things start to change. For me, as a former athlete, we all dream of making it to the professional leagues when we're playing as kids, especially in the United States, where it's a culture of if you don't make it out and make it to the league, then you're seen as a quote unquote bust. That was the case for me, and growing up, I was very, very dedicated to the game of basketball. I thought that I loved basketball and I would always love it till the end of my time. With that being said, though, once I got to college and my progression started to slow down, as well as I didn't have a lot of playing time on the court, that's when I started to blame other people for the problems that I had. I started to blame my coaches for not putting me into the game, which I still feel like I deserve to play and I deserve to be out there because I was competing in practice. I was at the Division III level, however, and when you really draw back and see where you could have gone and what you could have done, I see I could have worked even harder to not only start at Division III, but really make it to a Division I level. I had to begin to be super clear, precise, and honest with myself in terms of what my habits were growing up. My habits, when I look back at them now, were not the habits of an NBA player or a star D1 athlete. They weren't. I was mainly just cooling and hanging out. I would play basketball a lot and I was the best in my area, but when you compare it to the rest of the world, my work ethics were not world class, I'd say. So during that time and frustration of hoops where I wasn't getting the play that I really desired, self-reflection came at me like a train. And when you really dive into self-reflection, at first it's gonna hurt. You're gonna be so tense, you wanna curl up, you want to look for any excuses in the world as to why you're not in the position that you want to be. And you also start to question, is this the position I really want to be? That's when I started to ask myself if I truly even loved basketball. And I came to the realization that I was in love with the process of getting better. Now, I had a great roommate my freshman year. His name's Ethan. Shout out to him. Wherever he's at, he went to Mass Art. Now he's doing his thing, working in Philadelphia with, a great company, Urban Outfitters, and I don't want to spread too much of his information, but hey, he was a truly a leader to me early on. Showed me the basics of just creativity and photography, and it made me start to realize once again that okay, I think I was just in love with the process of getting better, not just the sport of basketball, not just the sport of creativity. But that's when I started to get into photography and graphic design. This led me so far to where I hadn't been playing basketball anyway, so it led me so far to where I was doing more graphics and photography and finding fun in that, in the process of getting better in that. That ended up full-time going into it and dropping off of my hoops team my sophomore year. So within that process, growing up as a kid, dreaming of playing high level basketball, high level Division I sports, or even just excelling wherever I'm at in college and that not working out, transitioning to my career path that I'm on right now as a photographer and a graphic designer and artist. A lot was shown to me within that small period of time. This was back in 2018 when I first went to college, and now it's 2024. My career path has definitely flipped. I'm still involved in the world of sports and creating professional sports graphics. However, like, not an athlete anymore, and at this point I would say I don't even have the same love for basketball that I thought I had. It didn't define me. Basketball is a great sport that I still will play to this day, but it was not something that defined me. Learning something like that early on in your life is very helpful, and I feel blessed that I was able to enjoy the process in somewhat of the pain. Like, not enjoying the pain per se, but enjoying the process of really seeing the mind unravel and see how malleable, how changeable one's mind can be. That's where I really took a step back and was like, okay, we identify with ourselves and our personality traits that we develop from a young age, and then they get ingrained to us in high school when we're supposed to be quote unquote fitting in to the norms of, oh, well, you do this, so you can't branch out and try a new career path. You're a basketball player. Why are you trying to make art, right? That was something that came up a lot. You're supposed to be a college basketball player. Why are you starting to draw and do graphic design and take photography? Like, we thought you were the chosen one, or we thought you were the one that was going to make it out of the town and make big headlines. The people that say that and the voices that go on in your head, you can't listen to those. You, whoever you are in your meat body, your body of flesh, you're more than just a definition. Don't live by definitions, because if you do, you're not going to be happy with where you are. If you identify yourself as maybe you're a corporate worker, maybe you're a professional athlete, maybe you are an artist, maybe you're a composer, right? A musician. Those are all traits that you have. Those are all makeup to your character. But once you can realize you're much more than that, and these are just things that make up your identity as of right now in the present moment, accept those in the present moment and love those for being in the present moment, but don't cling, don't attach to those, don't identify too harshly with those, because life is malleable. We're always changing. You change from an infant, you're a seed, you grow, you sprout. You're gonna have so many different things in your life. You're gonna have different hairstyles. You're gonna have changing personality traits. You're gonna have different clothing styles that you like. You're gonna like sports at one point, and then you might change to a different sport that you like, right? So the biggest thing is just understanding you're great where you're at right now. Don't try to force identities that aren't there yet, or that are there that you're clinging to. And if you want to be somewhere, if you want to be someone who accomplishes great feats and great accomplishments are just held to your name, think deeply about that. Because what accomplishments are you truly holding, as far as on your hierarchy of power, on your hierarchy of need, on your hierarchy of actual desires for attaining success? Are those desires healthy? Because if you really truly want to do something, it should come from just yourself, just you wanting to achieve that, not from the voices in your head or the voices outside that say, oh, you should be doing this, and we want to keep seeing you do X, Y, and Z. Those voices aren't what you need in your life. You need to look inner. It's about a lot of inner work. What truly makes you happy? Not even happy, let's take it to the next level. What truly will bring you joy? Happiness and joy are two different things. Happiness is just a state of being, and that's usually based on an external event happening in your favor. So if that external event does not happen in your favor, then you will sink down to a level of desire, fear, anger. Oh, why did I not get that? Why did this event not work out the way it was? Why am I in the current position that I'm in? Now, we look at joy, and joy, on the other hand, joy is a state of being. Joy is all time. It's all lasting. It's everlasting. Joy is, wow, I'm just grateful to be here today. I'm grateful to be here in the moment, living in the moment. I'm not worried about the things that I may want to do in life if they don't work out in a certain way, in a certain road path, and then I get stuck somewhere. That doesn't mean that I'm going to turn my ego into, I should have done that, or this is not done for me yet. Look at all these other people who are successful. That's not joy. Joy is being grateful for the moment, being grateful for the journey. Like Nipsey Hussle said, the marathon continues. Life is a marathon. So accepting that life is a marathon in the moment and still working towards goals, still working towards your dreams. But always remember, this thing is a process. You're not going to have it all figured out in a couple days, a couple years. It's a lifelong process. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to challenge our minds to bring it to different levels that we didn't even think existed. It's like powering up every day. Can you keep powering up continuously to really find the joy in your life? Failures are only seen as failures when you dwell on them and you're set back by them. Everything is a learning experience, whether good or bad. And just think about your life right now. You are able, if you're watching this video, to watch a YouTube video. There's so many out there that would dream of having a device that they could even watch a YouTube video with, or dream of having the freedom to even work a job, right? A lot of people are still enslaved in other places. Especially me, a person living in America. I got a way different perspective from talking to people from different countries. Especially I know and have a friend from Argentina. If you can't really think about where your next meal is going to come from in these poor countries where they're thinking about, okay, how can I get money to feed my family? How can I get money to even feed myself? You're not even going to have these dreams and aspirations that we usually have in somewhere like the United States, where we're thinking about, I want a dream car. I want the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the Porsche, the big house with a wife and 3 kids, right? So everyone at any point in their life, we have many of the same traits and qualities to us. There's just a difference in terms of the scale of materialistic want or spiritual want, right? If I could give you advice, I would say go for the spiritual wants and needs. Not that you need anything, but just to put it in a term where it makes more sense. Because everything is within. If you truly look within, you're going to find that anything that you're looking for materialistically, it's not too important, right? You got to put food on the table and survive, but it's being so granted to live somewhere like America. Living is not something that we're clinging on to life or death of, I gotta bring bread home, or this might be the end, and I'm working a 9 to 5 and it's a corporate job, but you still most likely have a place to live. I'm working at McDonald's. I'm so mad that I'm working a lower wage job and these big corporate execs are only going in 4 days a week and going golfing on the weekends. That's not your role. That's not your life path. That's not you in that moment. That might be you in that moment, but don't waste time focused on where other people are in life, because you're not going to get there if you're spending all that mental energy to complain. Mental energy is huge. If you spend it worried about how other people are more fortunate than you or in different situations, you probably could have spent that time just closing your eyes, thinking about where you want to be in the future, getting that mind right to manifest what you want to bring into your existence. So really just be aware of everything you think about and be joyous in the moment. Be grateful for where you are right now, because I'm telling you, you're blessed. You're blessed to hear these words. I'm blessed to be able to share my words with you and my thoughts. And every day when you wake up, just be grateful to have another 24 hours. Because it might not be another 24 hours after that. Think about that. Try to show love. Talk to your siblings. Talk to your family. And focus on what you can change from your own perspective. What can you change about yourself to be better? That's where you'll find real joy and be able to live in the moment. Thanks for watching this video. If you like what I'm talking about, make sure you join. Subscribe down below. It's been Cal, and I'm heading out.